Live on YouTube. It's youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. We're laughing in the studio, having fun. It's a feel good Friday. All right, you can also leave a comment on the live chat section there on YouTube, and you can send in your message with that hashtag LockerRoom91 on Twitter at smooth981FM.
All right, so Tega, thank you so much. I'm blowing you kisses because you're not going to make me wait to get to this story. Usually, you first of all make us wait and wait, but this is happening first. So, Raw wants Super Eagles to finish 100% in Group B. Though the Super Eagles have qualified for the knockout stage, Coach Gernot Raw wants all 3 points against Madagascar when they clash in the final Group B match on Sunday. Here's what he said. He said we have to ensure we finish off well against Madagascar in our last game to top the pool. Our performance against Guinea was good. We played really well, though it was a tough game from Guinea. I am happy we could deal with the danger they posed, and being the first into the round of 16 is a joy for us.
Yes. Well, again, this is not entirely his choice now. If he's going to finish at the top of the group,
yes,
considering the result that Madagascar pulled yesterday, he's going to have to put out the strength of his team, because let me put it this way: after defeating Guinea, it looked Nigeria had qualified, and it didn't look like much was going to happen. It seemed Madagascar and Burundi were going to get at worst a draw, or maybe Madagascar would lose. There was something else, but Madagascar beat. Yes, I like to move it. They beat Burundi by 1-0. Shocker. Now that just tosses the group in a strange way, because Madagascar are now on 4 points. Burundi, no points. Guinea, 1 point. And Nigeria 6 points. So if Madagascar comes into that game, does that I like to move it again and beat the Super Eagles, it means Madagascar will top the group with 7 points. Yes. Open your mouth wide. No. If they draw, then Nigeria tops the group. So what it means is that Gernot Rohr is still going to have to take this match as seriously as he took the first two. Yeah. The result of yesterday compels him to do that. It's no longer just his heart's desire to get 9 points. It's now imperative on him, because Madagascar has done the job they need to do, and they can put the Eagles under pressure. So
Super Eagles, you like to move it. Move it.
No, they didn't act it, they just watched it.
Let me tell you something that happened. So I was watching the game. My husband was watching the game. I was distracting him. Guess what? The point where I distracted him the most, they scored. So you know that. So you know where he'd been watching, and then the final moment.
We are going to lock you outside. Next match, you're staying outside. Next match.
All right, next story.
The next story talks about Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc has admitted Ferrari was unlikely to catch Mercedes and make a fight of the championship before the end of the season. In his words, he expressed this. He says, we'll believe it until the end. Of course, we are all aware the gap is quite big. It'll be difficult to catch up, but we won't give up until it's not possible. But his teammate, Sebastian Vettel, was more optimistic. He said, the four-time champion said, I'm confident we have what it takes. We haven't proven it yet, and hopefully we'll be able to turn it around sooner than later, not only for us, but also for you.
So Vettel is that kind of guy. He doesn't know when to give up. And it's not a bad trait when it has won you 4 championships.
Yeah.
So that's a good mindset to have. However, I will go with Charles Leclerc on this one. All 8 races won, all 8 races done, all 8 races won by Mercedes. So how Ferrari is going to find a way to break that mold, and somebody's going to remind me that, but Vettel won in Canada, and then it was taken from him. He didn't win. If he had a penalty, he did not win. So what it means is that I think Charles Leclerc, maybe because he's new in the setting, or he's trying to be humble. He's saying, oh, he can't catch the Mercedes. I don't think he's sandbagging. I think he's just trying to, from where he's standing, the reality is Mercedes have come up with better strategies and have been the better car. So he doesn't see them coming back in. And it's a sad thing to say, but that's what it's been looking like all year, that Mercedes have won this championship lights out, and the rest of the teams are fighting for themselves for third and second, and that's what it looks like. And Lewis Hamilton is not even backing down. I mean, when somebody wins the French Grand Prix and comes out to say, you know what, our next race we are going to be better, and they have a meeting, not a meeting to congratulate each other, but a meeting to criticize what they could have done better after winning. I'm just, they're not letting up, so it doesn't look like Ferrari is going to come in, but I like Vettel's mentality more.
Yes.
It means that the team, regardless of what it is, the team are going to push, even if they try to get at least 2 wins. That's what they want, as opposed to not getting any wins at all. So let's see how it turns out. I still think Mercedes all through.
I'm definitely Team Vettel in terms of thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm Team Hamilton. All right, so team has phenomenal focus amid Trump role. So he's even affecting their sports. So Coach Jill Ellis says the USA team has phenomenal focus after President Donald Trump criticized Megan Rapinoe before their quarterfinal with France. The holders face the host in Paris in the World Cup's biggest game so far. The build-up has been dominated by disputes between Rapinoe and Trump over the US co-captain. After the US co-captain said she would snub a potential visit to the White House. Well, Coach Ellie said our players are just ready to face the first and second balls and really get after it. I am not around them all the time, so that I don't know what they're saying, but at the end of the day, on the training ground and in meeting rooms, focus has been phenomenal. Please, Tega, what was...
Okay, so
Trump's
Rapinoe has always had an issue with this government. Remember when they had the kneeling for the flag, Colin Kaepernick, she was amongst those that were kneeling for the flag because she was fighting that injustice. And then she's openly gay, so she's also fighting another injustice of this particular government in power. And so it has not been a friendship, or it's not something that was carved out today. And so when the US won the last World Cup, they went to visit Barack Obama, everybody's president. But she's saying that because of the way they've played so far, they look favorites to defend the title. And she was asked the question that would she go to the White House, and she used the curse word that she's not going to that curse word White House. And so Donald Trump heard it, and Donald Trump was like, win first before you start talking about coming here. And anyway, whether you win or lose, I'm still to placate them, whether you win or lose, I'm still going to invite you. And so that's the back and forth that they're having. And journalists can't be bothered with your politics. She's here to try and get her team to win. Their last game was quite tricky and difficult, and again, some people will still say they won controversially after Spain had played so well. And now they're facing the host France, who are not even an easy opponent. They're also favorites to win the World Cup that's being hosted on their soil. So with the fans around them and with the team that they have, they're going to be real contenders. So this should be ideally a distraction. Jill Ellis saying that it is not a distraction for me. It's a bit tricky. Rapinoe is getting distracted with her president, and she's one of your key players on the team. So I don't know. I guess tonight we'll find out how focused they are, but it's a very tough one, and the road doesn't get any easier. They win this particular game, and they go on to face Phil Neville's England. So it doesn't get any easier.
Well, the thing is, I was just imagining that happening in Nigeria. Do you think any of our Falcons can speak back to the president in such manner?
Do you have another passport?
You won't go where? At the end of your career. But I love and I must applaud the fact that America is the country of the free.
Yes, it's the land of the free and home of the brave.
All right, Lagos, you are free on this show. I can't guarantee you outside of this show to express your views, and we choose to read the ones that are as decent as possible. Well, thank you very much for staying tuned. It is the Locker Room here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. You say, if you like Buhari, I hate you. I'm not coming to
Whoa,
visit you.
my begging for your DSS will show up.
They won't allow you to the airport. No. Because you go and seek asylum somewhere else.
No, they will bring you to the airport and they will deal with you. Because if they leave you there, you can seek asylum there. They say the government doesn't. No, you can't enjoy that kind of free enjoyment. They will bring you back. DSS will pick you up from the airport. You will explain this. They say we are inviting her for discussions. Questioning me sound like it again. We're inviting her for discussion because United Nations will be watching it closely. So they'll say we're inviting her for some discussions.
Meanwhile, talking about discussion, did you guys hear about what is happening in Yaya Jammeh?
Yes. The rape case.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you watch the interview
it.
on
No, I
BBC?
didn't hear about
It
it.
is horrible.
What happened?
When you hear the girl still.
Oh,
He used to be. He was. He used to. He raped. He's been accused of sexual violence. She's not the first, but she's the only one that's come out
Multiple
boldly to talk about
discussions.
it. But if you hear the thing that he sodomized her,
Yeah.
like it is horrible. And I'm thinking to myself, this man is president. He could literally have a pick of girls that'll be throwing.
that's the reason why he was doing that now.
for power.
Uh,
Hell, I was just like, what? This is sick. You're sick.
It was very, very.
But I don't have caption. I've been looking at this. Hey, what is the caption I'm meant to be looking at? So, you're doing England.
I'm doing that.
So guys, is it Belali? Bilali.
yeah, spell as pronounced.
Okay, Bilali.
It's
Then
Arab.
is it
I can't hack anything.
Mattis Delight?
The light.
No, is it the light?
Juventus.
Delete.
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 Mattis Delete. Okay. Okay, those are the ones I'm doing. Yeah?
That's the Dutch Ajax boy now.
Uh,
I think it's delete.
Delete. Then Brazil's Tite. Is it Tite? Or type?
He's Portuguese, so it's Tite.
Tite. All right. Thank you very much. I think Delight. Mattis Delight. That's the only name.
Don't call it light, oh. Delete.
Hey, wow,
Delete.
entered my head.
Delete.
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 Just think of delete.
Delete. Delete. Bilali.
It's not
Bilali.
French. It's
Bilali.
Dutch.
The Youssef Mane. Is it man or Mane? Sadio Mane.
Money.
Sandu Mani.
Mane. Riyad Mahrez.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, man.
That's what you say till you get on air.
I know.
Come on, press square.
And I said, figure. Well, I don't have any caption.
No.
Sorry. Yeah, we're back on air. I didn't have it's with food I'm thinking about. Then I
Some messages first.
Okay, question. Comment first. All right,
Yeah.
bye bye, guys. Can you feel it? Woo! Can you feel it? Can you feel it? You guys don't know what you're not feeling if you're not watching us live on YouTube
That
at
is
the moment.
right.
Honestly, you
Catch the
cannot feel.
fun.
Yeah, you can't feel anything if you're not on YouTube. Go onto YouTube right now and watch what goes on behind the scenes. Even when we go on an ad break or when you're listening to something from our adverts. But you can go on there, search for Smooth 98.1 FM on YouTube and follow us or streaming live. But we'll read your comments here. Ojo has warned us, says, please, no show without Tiger. We hear you, Ojo.
And Tohib says, good morning, everybody. I'm glad the Super Eagles qualified for the next round without pressing calculators, but I want them to increase their goal scoring form.
Well, I think Tori, I'm satisfied with what they're doing. George from Aja says it's simple. Get Max Verstappen on a Ferrari and let Vettel go. Then you see downfall driver racing. F1 Formula One. Vettel is done.
Okay, next story. Let's look at this one. After a thrilling quarterfinal win over Norway, which banished the patchy displays of their 4 previous matches, Phil Neville turned to his players at the final whistle and asked, "Are you ready to win a World Cup?"
Hey, cocky nonsense.
England's head coach has claimed his team can win in France, and he believes that he has the players to do it. Neville said on his right back, "You've seen tonight what Lucy Bronze is the best player in the world."
Chai.
England beat Norway 3-0 in Le Havre to move to within 90 minutes of a first Women's World Cup.
Yeah, like I was saying, so England winning means that their next opponent is either one of France or USA. That opponent will be decided tonight. But that's the mindset. So I was speaking to a former England player, and she was saying what was different about Phil Neville's dressing room and Simpson's dressing room. And it used to be that the English women would just go and say, well, there's not much expectation of us in the first place. So all we need to do is when we get there, we put in our best effort, we participate and come back home. But with Phil Neville, it's a totally different mindset. It's more a mindset of we can beat anybody in the world. And Phil Neville, that was what Phil Neville used to get the job against. With the English FA. It was that mindset of you have a league that is functioning and you have players that can win, that can beat any team in the world. And I'm bringing my 1992 ghost of Sir Alex Ferguson to come and, lay hands on this girl and pass it to them. And so they'll be like the class of Manchester United in 92. So they gave him the job.
Okay.
And he's been if whether you like it or not, it may not be the prettiest football you've seen, but it's the football that has been delivering results. And for them to get up against a team like Norway, yes, they've beaten Norway before. And they were more likely to beat Norway, but it was the way they dominated. This game could have ended again by 5 or 6 goals.
They missed the penalty, didn't they? That's
and it was mostly not what the goalkeeper did. It was what they missed. So they could have scored more goals. So you're looking at a tricky team, a team that can deliver on the boasts he's been making so far. So for him to turn around and say, "Are you ready to win the World Cup?" That's what he's putting in their heads. So they get on that pitch thinking that they are Diego Armando Maradona or Pele. Or do you understand? That's the way they walk on the pitch. Like we are the baddest guys in the industry, and that's the way they now perform and deliver. It affects everything that they do. So he's building that mindset, but it's going to be a tough task, I think. Yes, they have the extra day of rest, and they're just going to be sitting and watching USA and France slug it out, and it's going to be a sluggerfest between USA and France, because they are both good teams. And one of them is playing at home, one of them is defending champions. It's just going to be hard. It's going to be a very interesting one. So they're just hoping that they will benefit from whatever fatigue or whatever mindset comes out of that particular game. They look ripe and ready to take this in their minds and with the way they deliver on the pitch. So congratulations to them. They're doing the work on the pitch. They're making the noise. I still don't like Phil Neville.
Why don't you like him?
He's doing it. I don't like the way he's bragging. But it seems like he's going to brag and he's going to deliver on his bragging rights.
We love it.
It's painful.
That confidence is good.
I like it.
Yeah, it's confidence, right? Some people call it arrogance. You know, it depends on which side of the mirror you're looking at.
I'm surprised you're the one who's saying this.
Oh, yeah. I know.
All right.
And I like Mourinho.
All right, so Belali fires physical at Algeria to win over Senegal. So we'll have some. Okay, let me take this story, then we'll go to your comments. So Riyad Mahrez and Algeria fired a warning to the rest of the Africa Cup of Nations title rivals with a deserved 1-0 win over Sadio Mane's heavily fancied Senegal in Cairo yesterday. Mane struggled to impress on return from suspension as Youssef Belali crashed home the winner on 49 minutes to guarantee Algeria a berth in the last 16.
Yes, that was a game, one of the games to determine, for the contenders to determine who is stronger. And you watch that game, well, apart from the poor referee decisions, because I really did think that Mane should have gotten a penalty given to him. I really did think that Algeria should have had a red card. So the referee didn't do very well. Makes me wonder why they had to suspend VAR till the quarterfinal stages. That we don't have money to put the VAR in all the stages, or we don't have qualified personnel to look at the VAR. I don't know, or we don't understand the rules, and so we are trying to push it to further in the tournament so that there will not be too many matches to complain about. Whatever the reasons are, it's showing to backfire on the tournament itself. Because if you ask me, Senegal could have had. This may not have been a loss for Senegal. That's painful in and of itself. It just still using analog when it's in digital era. It's just painful. But what it is, it did also expose some Senegalese naivety. Because I'm looking at this team and you look at the team that they have, and you look at the coach that they have, and you look at the passion and the desire. They are ripe to take this tournament. They are. They have all the players in every position. The problem is they can be a little bit tournament naive. And that's where the Algerians, I think, beat them with the way that they tricked them. An Algerian knows how to play for the referee's call. He knows how to get the referee's attention. An Algerian also knows how to play on the defender's mind and take advantage of the defender's lapses. Algeria too could have scored a few more goals than the one goal that they scored. But they showed that they were more aware and more experienced in this position. And that's where it may come down to the naivety of a team like Senegal. They have the stars, they have the quality, but if they are not tournament ready, they can't take it. And so Algeria making this statement that we have beaten one of the favorite teams to win this. Now, shows that their intention that we are here to win it. We're not just here to make up the number. We're playing in North Africa. We're North Africans. We have good players too, and we're playing beautiful football. We are here to. So that 1-0 looks like just another match in the group stage.
Yeah.
But it was literally them dropping the mic for other people to try and out-rap them. And that's what it is. So for Senegal, if I would sit down and think of my players, yes, you're good, but you need to be a little more mature about your approach to major tournaments. That's it.
All right, thanks a lot. And talking about that, I'd like you to respond to Chimobi's question. It says, Tega, please, on the scale of 1 to 10, can you rate this AFCON and the Women's World Cup? Which of these tournaments is the most exciting?
You like to compare again.
Yeah.
I don't do either or. I enjoy both on their different levels.
In their
You can compare. on your own.
Then for me, Senegal was robbed by the referee. That is simply or simple and short. On YouTube, we're having a great time. Shout out to Idris Abiodun. Thank you very much indeed for joining our conversation off air. And Femi Adeyemi says, "Go girl, Tega rocks, always spot on. When will they make you coach of the female national team? Send in your intent, please."
No, I want to run the Super Eagles. What is wrong with? Because I'm a woman, I should run the Super Falcons. I want to run the Super Eagles.
Thank you.
I want to win the. No, if the Super Falcons are not a downgrade on the Super Eagles. It's two different things. I want to go to the Super Eagles. I want to win World Cup.
World
Super
Cup.
Eagles.
Thank you, Tega.
So I'm Neveling right now, Abi.
Yes.
The fuming person is Brazil coach Tite. He's raged at the state of the Grêmio Arena pitch after the Copa America host squeezed past dogged Paraguay on penalties to reach the semi-finals. And Tite blamed the pitch for the lack of flowing football from the struggling side. He says there's room for improvement, but that's also possible when you play passes on a good ground. All the players ask me to complain about it. It's absurd at such a high-level match to have a ground that is so hard to pass the ball on.
Oh, please stop complaining. Your team hasn't been so smooth. I mean, apart from the first match where they won convincingly by 3 goals to nil, it's been downhill for Brazil from then on out. So they shouldn't talk about this as if this is their first draw in the tournament. It's not. And to think about the fact that Paraguay was playing one man down for about 40 minutes. They couldn't make their man advantage count. Why are they complaining about the grass? What's wrong with them? But they're not the only ones to complain. Argentina has complained about this ground.
Yes.
Uruguay has complained about this ground. So obviously the stadium needs its own touch up. But it wasn't about the pitch. It was about his team. And so you taking
both teams are playing on the pitch.
exactly. So why are you complaining too much? At the end of the day, he managed to edge Paraguay out on penalties, but they haven't been smooth. They haven't beaten any team that hasn't been open and free flowing in their play. Once a team becomes defensive, then Tite's Brazil doesn't know what to do because they only have one way of playing. So what he needs to do is have different types of approach to different teams as opposed to complain about the pitch. We can't change all the pitches in the world for you, but you can change your style of play on any pitch. Learn.
Tell him.
And you're the coach of the host of the tournament and you're complaining about pitch. Don't allow the FA to fire you.
Honestly, tell him. All right, we're telling you this morning in the locker room, so don't go anywhere. We're going to break. When we come back, we continue or we wrap up the show as Tega gives us a bite or two in sports. Okay, and we have comments. I think we'll have enough time to just read comments.
And what are the next stories? What are the next stories?
So the next stories are Juventus closing a deal on the league.
Yeah.
Use VAR on goalkeeper.
It's of no consequence. We can always talk about those later.
So Paul says, "Oh my! For the first time, I'm seeing Tega, Valentine. Oh my God! I'm seeing everyone, but Tega is blocked by too much microphone." Yeah, that's what they always say, Tega. They're always complaining.
Yeah, I sit here deliberately for that reason.
No, but we saw your face for a second right there. But guys, when we need to do a campaign for Tega,
let me tell you what you need to do. You need to go to Google and search Tega Onojaife, and you'll see my face there.
Tega Onojaife. Did you hear that from there with our surname? Onojaife.
So,
all right, guys. So tell us. I don't know what for you to tell us. They're making fun. Idris, shout out to you. Idris was making fun of me. I forgot. So he was saying the ayo is money. They're laughing at me, asking for pronunciation.
Me, when
Sadio
there's a
Mane.
time I called it me.
Yeah.
Somebody came for me. Bayo Misha came for me on Twitter.
You see,
He
that's
said,
like,
Val, say after me.
money. That's why. Let me
I don't
just
forget that
ask.
day. After that, they never.
No, what you guys are family. If you hear me asking, it's okay. It's people on the air that should not hear me. You people are, you are inner.
Yeah, inner caucus.
Inner
Yeah,
caucus.
you know some secrets.
Let me see. Oh, Paul Livingston, thank you. Paul is the one that said for the first time he's seen everybody's faces. Thank you. Take out. You see her shoot. Sometimes if you stay tuned, you see her once in a while. Oh, 7th round up till October. No, I don't want to take this 7th.
Yeah, because they claim that they fixed that
Yeah, but it
autopilot
didn't
problem.
have- yeah.
No, they discovered another
So
problem.
they have problems.
So they have to ground it.
I beg, I didn't want this.
We are not buying your plane.
No
We
one.
don't want. If I get on the plane and it looks like a shiny new 737 Max, I
I'm
come
not
back to
buying.
Lagos. Cannot be hard.
not buying, no.
I tell immigration it's okay. It's not abroad. It's not
So
doing me like
Nike
that.
profits. What's going on with Nike? Why have their profits dipped?
What did they do now?
I think maybe they're complaining about the amount of money they spend on adverts, which they do spend a lot on. Look at ice cream.
They will make it back. Maybe they are just announcing dip in profit because they don't want to pay taxes. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say it. Nike, I didn't say it. Come on, sponsor.
No,
me.
Nike is not a Nigerian company, so it's okay.
This
Come
YouTube is
and-
global.
Oh,
You will
right,
just be
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You'll not be hearing our
true.
secrets.
True.
Nike, come and sponsor us. No worry. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Okay, people. So we are going in for the last leg. And Paul says, "Oh God, Tega, you can't hide for long with microphone, though. I love your spot analysis." Okay, let's go back. I'm giving you guys free dancing for free. Do you wanna get funky with me? Yes, we want to get funky with you. It's a Feel Good Friday.
Yes,
and can we
it
add
is.
funky Feel Good Friday? We're excited. It's the locker room here with Tega Supreme
Valentine.
and Mairo-Ese. Let's go to your comments on WhatsApp. So Biggie from K2 says, I only know that Madagascar for their animation movies, but that doesn't mean that the Star Boys, Eagles, or 1-0 should underestimate their opponent. We hear you. And then we have Kevin just shouting out to you. Tega says, top-notch analysis from Igbobi Hospital. I don't know if he's a patient or he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Emma from Akoka says, for those of us
Yeah,
in
he's a
Calculator
doctor.
FC,
We hope he's a doctor.
Are you guys listening?
Yeah.
For those of us in Calculator FC, the Eagles game this Sunday will be very boring. No. If Burundi loses and Guinea scores 3 goals, we'll qualify.
No, if Burundi, actually, it makes it exciting because I'm now we're just playing for fun, but we
Yeah.
have to play to be top though.
Yeah.
All right, so Emmanuel from Ikeja says, Tega, that you have a golden team doesn't mean you would win the tournament. They should ask Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Cameroon.
True.
True. All right. Most comments on YouTube is for people that don't want to see your face. But most of them are just like, Tega, show us your
Paul
face.
says, oh my.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay. Oh my. For the first time I'm seeing Tega. Oh wow, I'm Valentine. Oh my.
You see what you
gosh,
guys
I've
are
seen
missing?
everyone, but Tega is blocked by so much microphone because, the press is on her.
All right. Well, Femi Adeyemi actually says Algeria playing the mind game, applying the psychological strategy, and then okay, Casey Michael, thank you for defending our honor.
Yes.
But
sir.
thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to us today in the
Wow.
locker room.
We're done.
Yes, we're
Yes,
done.
sir.
Like
Just
that.
like that. Time flies when you're having fun, and we've definitely had a great time on the show this morning. Thank you so much, Tega. You can
Yeah.
find Tega at Tega Supreme on all social media platforms. And something big, something exciting, something amazing is happening in July, and it's courtesy Ladies in Sports International. Follow at LIS International to find out what. And Tega is at the helms of affairs, so of course it's going to be huge.
Yep.
So follow them and register. But this is Smooth 98.1. We'll go on a break, and 9 o'clock it's Feel Good Friday. Who can guess what we're going to be discussing for Lagos Talks 91?
Dodo ati rice.
I'm telling you. I said